How much friction is there between President Obama and Vice President Joe Biden? The new book, Game Change, says the candidate Obama was furious about Biden's gaffes on the campaign trail, especially after Biden said Obama would be, quote, tested by a major international crisis in his first 6 months, like the young JFK was. Obama's reaction was, quote, how many times is Biden going to say something stupid? For more, let's bring in our panel tonight. Nationally syndicated radio talk show host Stephanie Miller with us tonight, and also radio talk show host, that is Michael Medved, back with us tonight in 2010, also the author of The 5 Big Lies About American Business, Combating Smears Against the Free Market Economy. Stephanie, a lot to talk about tonight. We'll take it down the serious road first. These numbers for Harry Reid. Does this bring conversation into the Democratic arena that maybe Harry ought to just step aside and maybe get some fresh blood in there to try to save that seat? What do you think?
Well, Ed, I don't think he should step down over this. Interesting you bring up Biden, too. I think they both have that old white man disease where they're trying to say something complimentary and it's just, it makes you go, oh, Grandpa, no. You know, my mom's an old white woman, Ed, and she used to do that thing where she whispered, where she was trying to be polite. Like she'd say, oh, you know, they're black. Just meaning to be polite, not meaning to point out the difference. But, you know, I certainly don't think over this he should resign. You know, I think he'll weather this, like you said.
Michael Medved, just how close are Barack Obama and Vice President Biden? How much friction do you think is really there? They both have a different opinion on Afghanistan. We know that.
Well, they do, and I'm sure that President Obama remembers that it was Vice President Biden, as Stephanie Miller says, who had that old white man's disease when he referred to President Obama as articulate and clean and a good-looking guy, as you'll recall. Look, by the way, as far as Harry Reid is concerned, I spent all day on the radio today defending him. I'm just wild about Harry. I don't want him to do what Chris Dodd did. As a Republican, I want him right where he is, quarterbacking health care and providing a juicy target in Nevada. I like the odds.
All right. Stephanie Miller, you can tee it up now. Isn't Sarah Palin going to work for Fox News like just a godsend to anybody who wants to have some comedy on the radio?
It's, what are they going to call it? Winky? It's the Winky moment. Yeah, what can you even say about that? I mean, the stuff that came out in the book today, Ed, I mean, in some ways comical, but in other ways terrifying. I mean, this is the woman that John McCain tried to put a heartbeat away from the presidency.
Well, that's the point right there, Michael Medved. I mean, you talk about leadership, you talk about responsibility and making decisions. What in the world was John McCain thinking after they had gone through the vetting process of these upcoming debates with old Biden and then allow it to get to this level? Would it have been better off Monday morning quarterback in here if McCain had made a change?
Well, no, you can't make a change. I mean, George McGovern tried that with Tom Eagleton and then took Sergeant Shriver. That's a terrible thing for a candidate to do because it throws his own judgment into question. Look, I think Sarah Palin, now we see why it made sense for her to resign as governor of Alaska. She has a great career. She has the #1 book in the country. Her book is a huge hit. People respond to her. I've just been going out and doing book signings myself, and the affection for Sarah Palin by literally millions and millions of Americans is very real. And I think that Fox News has done something very smart. They've put on somebody who connects with the American people, which is what you do, Ed, which is what Stephanie does and what I do. And I think she'll be great at it.
Okay. Great to have you with us tonight. Michael Medved and Stephanie Miller.